The weekly chart, you can see it was this breakout here that allowed me to think, okay, this is going to be a game for SUI to play that should outperform Solana, which is an amazing project with a fantastic community, great technology. This is the faster horse. So that's how I look at things. Crypto is this super massive black hole that simply outperforms and sucks every other asset dry. This is the big one, the biggest one we've ever been given, the greatest macro opportunity of all time. We've got the central banks debasing currency, which is giving us a gigantic tailwind. They don't want the system to break, so every time something happens, they inject more liquidity. So they're giving you free money. And to take that money, you need the volatility. So what causes the volatility? Well, it's actually driven by liquidity again.
April marked a turning point for SUI, which surpassed Solana in terms of institutional capital inflows. SUI attracted $14.7 million in capital inflows. Meanwhile, Solana saw outflows of $13.9 million during the same period. Since the beginning of the year, SUI has given it stiff competition, with capital inflows totaling $72 million. This shift in investor sentiment could indicate a broader shift in the market, indicating that institutions are favoring SUI over its established peer. This trend is particularly interesting given the performance of both assets. While Solana has long been considered a major player in the blockchain sector, SUI's recent rise suggests that investors may be diversifying their investments across leading platforms. Juan Pellicer, senior research analyst at Into the Block, shared a similar opinion with Be in Crypto regarding SUI. Institutions are diversifying their investments rather than replacing Solana with SUI. Some capital has been transferred, and there are indications that 60% of Solana's capital outflows are directed towards SUI, attracted by its growth potential and new technologies. The macroeconomic dynamics of both assets are also interesting to consider, particularly when comparing grayscale trusts for SUI and Solana. Over the past 6 months, the NAV and Grayscale SUI Trust has seen a positive change of 71.8%, while Solana's NAV has remained flat. This stark contrast in performance highlights the divergent demand for these tokens and the subsequent impact on their associated investment vehicles. Both SUI and Solana have experienced price declines since the beginning of the year, with SUI down 14% and Solana down 19%. However, April marked a significant inflection point for both tokens. SUI gained 56.6% to trade at $3.54, while Solana experienced a more modest increase of 21%. Despite April's growth, it's important to highlight the difference in market cap between the two. Solana's $11 billion market cap growth in April was equivalent to SUI's entire market cap. This difference in market cap growth indicates that while SUI's increase is impressive, Solana's larger market cap gives it a more established presence in the market. According to Raoul Pal, this chart suggests that SUI is about to outperform Solana. Before we move forward, if you want to stay updated with the latest crypto events and news, you can subscribe to our channel and like this video. Now let's get back to Raoul Pal's view on Solana and the overall crypto market.
We're now seeing people saying the economy's slow, shipping's slow, all of the tariff stuff. The market's priced in this tariff stuff last year once they saw the probabilities of a Trump re-election. So what we've got here is the economic surprises index of the US versus other countries in the world. When it's going down, the US is underperforming in economic surprises term. When it goes up, it outperforms. It's basically just following the dollar and rates. And what it's saying is, whatever noise we're seeing now in the economic data, which is some of the tariffs-related stuff as people have built inventories very quickly, liquidity is going to completely erase that very quickly. We saw it exactly in 2017 when Trump imposed similar tariffs, similar backdrop. The dollar and rates fell. And what we saw back then was the same collapse in the economic surprises index. We had talks about recession all over again back then. Trump's going to create a recession. Then what happened was the liquidity conditions drove all economic data higher.
Paul explains that Solana competitor SUI acts like it's going to become one of the main players among the new big chains, if not the one. According to the Real Vision CEO, it's wise to watch SUI amid bullish signals, technological upgrades, and growing adoption. Paul clarifies that one of the bullish signals SUI is giving is the breakout of an inverted head and shoulders pattern. In terms of the tech stack, the Mysticeti upgrade enabled sub-second completion, the fastest of any chain, and the upcoming Pilotfish is expected to achieve transactions per second that even surpass Solana Fire Dancer. According to Paul, gaming is a potential niche where SUI could succeed, and Circle's announcement to issue the USDC stablecoin on the platform is another positive development. Paul, however, notes that SUI is still in its early stages, and that proof of this will need to be provided through scalable high-performance applications built on top of the tech stack. Paul also recently stated that SUI could experience an explosive rise after surpassing its key resistance level near $5. Describing the situation, Paul said that SUI is pressing its nose against the ceiling and is on the verge of going into hyperspace as it gains momentum. Since its launch, SUI has rallied further and is trading at $5.28 at the time of writing. In previous comments, Paul described SUI as a top contender in the current market cycle, suggesting it could significantly outperform Solana. He explained that his confidence in SUI stems from its proven strength against major cryptocurrencies like Solana, Ethereum, and Bitcoin, as well as its exceptional performance across several metrics. While Paul remains optimistic about Solana's future, he believes SUI could be the next best thing, offering unparalleled growth potential. However, he cautioned that such a bet comes with greater risk and advised against making large investments without careful consideration. For him, confirmation came when SUI consistently outperformed other tokens, signaling a strong breakout and marking it as a key player in the blockchain space. Paul suggests that this cycle could deviate from conventional timeframes and potentially extend into 2026. Paul discussed what he calls the banana zone, a period of accelerated growth in digital asset prices. He draws comparisons to the 2017 bull run, noting that after an initial wave of gains, markets tend to suffer brief corrections, sparking fear among investors. This cycle, he says, is no exception, and current market fluctuations follow a familiar trajectory. Paul expects a further correction to follow the expected acceleration in the second quarter, leading some to believe the recovery is over. However, he insists that these declines are natural and that a final surge will likely occur before the cycle reaches its peak. His outlook is based on the broader economic environment where prolonged periods of expansion often translate into extended market cycles. Paul also explains that the economic cycle itself plays a crucial role in the trajectory of cryptocurrencies. As global markets recover from economic crises, liquidity continues to flow into risk assets, sustaining momentum. Without making a categorical prediction, he suggests that the structure of the current economic cycle justifies long-term growth in cryptocurrencies. It notes that institutional participation is stronger than ever, with major financial players increasingly participating in the digital asset sector. Regulatory clarity, growing mainstream adoption, and favorable macroeconomic factors could contribute to a longer than expected cycle, allowing Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies to reach new highs before any significant downturn.